Hi, and welcome to 3 Things in 3 Minutes. I'm Nersi. Today we are looking at Apiary from Stonemaier Games. It plays 1 to 5 players and plays in 60 to 90 minutes. So what it's about, Apiary is a worker placement engine building game in which players are factions of sentient bees exploring space in the far off future. So each round players will usually place their bee workers on action spaces to explore space with the queen ship to gain resources from planets, pay resources to add tiles to their hive to gain resource storage, income generation, passive benefits, one-time bonuses, or endgame points, research seed cards for immediate bonuses or endgame points, or convert resources into one another. Otherwise, players may retrieve their workers, gaining income from their farms and increasing the worker's strength. But once a worker increases past strength 4, it hibernates, discarding that worker and placing a token in the hibernation comb for immediate bonuses and endgame area control points. Now, the game ends after the hibernation comb is full, or if a player has placed their last hibernation token, and players will score endgame bonuses for their tiles, faction, hive, hibernation comb, and the position on the queen's favor track. So what I like, while the mixing and matching of the many asymmetric factions within the hive boards does create combos throughout the game, the players also get to choose through the gameplay what resources are on the shared planet and what conversions are available, which creates a great and very unique sense of customization. Now the worker placement is also very friendly since there are no rounds per se, so if another player is in a spot that you want, you move or bump their worker, which gives a great sense of freedom to do what you want. And the bumped worker can choose to increase in strength, giving it more powerful actions, but bringing it ever closer to being lost to hibernation. And when you recover, you also generate income from your farm tiles, so there's lots of interesting decisions about when and how to increase your worker's strength. And while it's probably a good idea to have a mix of sources of points, the game does give you some freedom to specialize a bit if you'd like. Now, points to consider. Now, the game's dynamic and particularly how you use the board will fluctuate during the course of the game. So exploring new planets for bonuses and teaching new conversion dances are far more important early in the game, while in the late game, it's more about grabbing seeds and carving tiles for the end game points, so you'll find that you'll often end up ignoring the other parts of the board. And because the end game is triggered by hibernation, you'll find that the game accelerates in bursts as all players slowly build up their workers and then all hibernate them and then repeat. And this can lead to the end game approaching far more rapidly than you expected in a matter of a few turns. And speaking of those workers, it can be very easy to accidentally bump or inadvertently rotate them when moving them, which obviously messes up the game's progression, so just make sure you're really careful when grabbing them. So in summary, Apiary creates a uniquely customized worker placement experience, though some of the mechanics are far more attention-grabbing depending on when in the game you are. The friendly worker placement and freedom to specialize leaves the game feeling open, though its bursts of progressions can end it quickly. And there's some interesting decisions on when to increase your worker strength, as long as you're careful not to bump the pieces accidentally. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you like and share this video and you subscribe to the channel.